What's going on, YouTube? This is Solar Battler here, and here's something that's kind of new for anyone that's known me for a while. I used to play FTL a lot when I first came out, and I really have played it a lot actually. I have like over 500 hours, but I decided to get back into it today, and well, I thought I hadn't seen a fairly good tutorial on this game in a long time. There has been a couple, I think. I don't remember. Still, I'm gonna do one anyways. It's just kind of fun. So, for this one, I'm gonna cover ships. Please note, this is just mostly my opinion about ships. It might not exactly be true, but so don't go entirely on me. So, that's just me. So, let's get started. So, a general thing you will need to know about ships, as far as ships go, is that, well, you only have one, and if you lose it, you lose. That's pretty much the basic core of the ships. But each ship is unique in its own special way. A perfect example would be all the types of Kestrel cruisers that have like different ways, different guns. Now, each ship is unique in its own way. I can make a perfect example of that with this one and this. This would be the NG cruiser, which is completely different because of the drone bay, for an example. Unlike the Kestrels, where you don't have any of that. So, general thing, you just gotta understand the ship's limitations and know exactly what you're doing when you play the game. Well, you don't have to know exactly, but you get my point. Example, this ship consists of 3 crew members and two guns, one being a rocket launcher, one being a laser weapon system. So, one thing you have to know about every single ship, because this is basically a tutorial about everything in general, is what needs to be put on ships. A general thing you really want to have amongst all ships, especially the Kestrel cruisers, as far as subsystems go. You'll want to have a drone bay. That's a definite. You'll need that for the flagship at the end, maybe just to block off fire volleys. Another thing I highly suggest is a cloaking device, which is extremely important if you really want to dodge things like flagships and higher level ships, which will pretty much almost 3-shot you if you're not dodging torpedoes at a good rate. If you have Advanced Edition content on, I can suggest to you, you can either use the clone bay or use mind control. It's up to you. Either one of them works, honestly, for any ship. Mind control is definitely worth it if you want it. Clone bay, only if you know you're going to lose crew members a lot. I used to lose a lot of crew members in this ship here, which is rather ironic, I guess. But, if you don't want either of those, get hacking. Hacking or either that or a crew teleporter. If you have a mantis on a ship like this one, for example, like the Red Tail Kestrel cruiser, then a teleporter would be extremely beneficial to you. Hacking, you can use it to stop things, which is extremely nice. As for subsystems, depending on what ship you are, you should work on certain subsystems. Like, for example, the Kestrel cruiser, you'll need things like shields. Shields are pretty necessary in order to keep the ship going. Engine powers need to be leveled up. Those two should be definitely leveled up first to at least get level 2 shields before Sector 4, to at least have a better chance of them deflecting things like the slug ships you might run into in slug nebulas or mantis ships. If for some reason you can't afford shields, make sure to at least get the next level of piloting, which is extremely beneficial because your dodge chance will go up, and you don't need a pilot to function the entire ship in order to get out of things. It will still have its evasion. Once you have at least shields and gun in this if you haven't got a drone bay yet, start working on weapons. If you at least get 2 more things in weapon power, you'll at least have enough to get a level 2 weapon, which is pretty much the same with all ships, because all ships start out with mostly the same weapons. Now I take that back, the Red Tail has more weapons power, while the Swallow doesn't. But you get my point. Same goes for all the NG ships. And same would go for the artillery ships, the stealth ships, the Zoltan ships, the rock cruiser ships, and the Mantis ships. It's different for each ship mostly. But medbay, if you really want to boost in health, you can. Oxygen. Make sure if you do plan to go into a slug nebula or something like that, make sure you have at least oxygen refilled so you can at least survive a slug encounter if you do, because usually they'll ask you what 3 you want to get rid of first. So I highly advise upgrading that. If you're playing a Kestrel cruiser, make sure you get a drone bay and level it up a few levels to use drones. If you really don't have the scrap for offensive drones, at least have a system repair drone, which usually comes for free, or a defense drone. Defense drones are extremely beneficial because they get rid of rockets that come your way, which you'll really need for later battles later on. I think that really covers all of them. Oh yeah, augments, I forgot about that. Yeah, augments, depending on what ship you're on, one augment you always want it. If you really have enough places for augments, you'll only find 1 or 2 of them. Advanced FTL is generally nice for all ships. Not exactly the most useful thing, but it's worth it. Some ships already come with augmentations, like the NG Cruiser comes with an NG Medbot disposal, which is extremely beneficial because it heals things inside your medbay while it works. Or the Vortex one from the NG has reactor boosters. Either or, it's still all very beneficial, so I think that covers everything about the general parts of the ships. So, yeah, I think that'll end this tutorial. The next tutorial I'll post about this will be about specific ships. I will probably start with the Kestrel cruiser and things you should do to level it up. I might just cover all 3 Kestrel cruisers in one shot, probably. Because really, they're all 3 of these are exactly the same. The engine ones and everyone else is completely different, as per se. So I believe that covers that. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked this tutorial series. If there's something you'd like me to request for me to do tutorial-wise for FTL, like for say how to beat the flagship, which I have done plenty of, and or how to find certain hidden sectors and stuff, I will gladly do that if you request for it. Other than that, I'm just going to do tutorials for ships, just to explain what you should do to level up each ship, and how, or at least how, my opinion, how I've done it and how I beat the game with it. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment below if you want. Have a good day. Happy hunting.